Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Cara Delane and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings and Cara Delane.
Welcome everyone to the rockin' Fixed Ops Roundtable After Dark.
Only here you can see this tonight, everybody. Live, we are coming to you special tonight with our featured guests, Cara Delane. And Cara, I'll let you introduce our panel tonight.
I don't know if this is an 80s rock band. I feel like they're members of maybe Kiss. I don't know, but we have Sean Kingery, Ed Roberts, Tully Williams, and what are y'all wearing?
We're rocking out, baby. The 80s are coming.
This is what Ted asked for a couple live sessions ago, and somehow it started as a text message, and it grew, and next thing you know, 12:30 at night, we're all still texting each other, and there was 3 Amazon orders done before the end of the night, by the way.
And you know who he blamed it on? Me.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
That's awesome.
I didn't. I just mentioned that I enjoyed 80s rock and that it would be a cool theme, and y'all just took it away.
We did. We got to match Tully. Ed, we got to challenge. We got to find Tully's hat. We got to find a hat just like Tully too. So
we do. Musician hat.
We do. By the way, this is really hot. I'm done.
Jerry Deal is in the house tonight in the chat. Welcome, Jerry. We are live, everybody, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We have Sir Tully Williams, Sir Ed Roberts, and soon to be Sir Sean Kingery with us tonight. And we are very humbled that we are here with our exclusive sponsor, BG Products, partners beyond products. And we are celebrating the 100th episode, 100th, Cara, of the Fixed Ops Roundtable podcast called The Forecast. And we've had now our 100th episode. So how about that? Look at that.
Is that incredible? 100. I cannot believe it, Ted.
Huge deal. It is a huge deal.
They Tully, they come out every Monday morning, and they're on all the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, you name it. And they've really picked up a lot of momentum. We are now, I think, in the top 40 of all business podcasts. I know there are others out there who brag they are in the top 100, but we are out there every Monday consistently, 52 weeks a year. So it would not happen without our amazing Fixed Ops contributors, our audience, and of course, the people who are on the screen tonight, Tully, Ed, and Sean. So, Cara, what do you think about this? This is pretty momentous.
I mean, it's incredible, Ted. 100th episode. That's something to be extremely proud of, and to making moves in the podcast world, but talking about automotive and making a difference that way. I think that's a perfect platform to do it.
So Sean and I were talking tonight before we got started. And Sean, you were saying that it's a shame that a lot of these After Dark shows, we don't hear enough from Miss Cara Delane. And so, Sean, I think tonight it's a good opportunity for Cara maybe to speak up a little bit and not be so shy.
Well, I kind of feel bad sometimes, Cara, because sometimes Tully and I, Ed, nothing against you. Sometimes we've done some panels where next thing you know, it's Ed, you get Ted jumps back on and says, guys, time's up. You're like, oh, wow, it's been 30 minutes. And Cara's sitting there going, I didn't get to speak. I actually feel bad sometimes about it.
No, I'm just letting the legends do their thing. So I'm always learning and listening. So that's all right.
So the 80s look, everybody, is going to be for our Fixed Ops Roundtable number 20. That's going to be coming up in May of next year. So we're a little ahead of ourselves. But the one that's coming up next in about 7 weeks, Cara, is the Wild West. And I know you've been getting us ready for that one as well.
Yes, I'm excited. So that's going to be starting on January 23rd all the way through the 26th. It's our first ever virtual 4-day event. So you don't want to miss it, guys. I've been rocking the cowboy hat already, so hopefully everybody will join me before they get into the 80s hair band and join us at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, the Wild West. And if you haven't got your tickets already, grab them at fixedopsroundtable.com.
And Cara, in case Tully or Ed or Sean have difficulty remembering that first Monday January 23rd. How could we possibly remember that a little bit better?
You won't forget it after I tell you, because it is my 25th birthday.
Whoa!
Yep. So it's going to be a great Fixed Ops Roundtable, and what a better way to celebrate it than a Wild West theme. It's perfect for me.
And you should see all the stuff that's happening now, Tully, behind the scenes with the Wild West. Kara's been pushing the TikTok channel really hard, and that is starting to grow as well. And you can follow us, everybody, if you're not already, on TikTok. There's a lot happening out on there. And Kara, you've got a whole bunch of stuff waiting in the wings here these next couple of weeks. So I'm excited to see that as well.
I'm excited too. And I see Tony Owens down there in the comments has joined me with the cowboy hat theme. So thank you, Tony.
I was literally online last night shopping for cowboy hats. I'm not kidding.
Get one. You have to get one.
And Sean, who is this? Tiffany Kingery is with us tonight.
I don't know. Strange, weird last name too. That's weird. Spelling's even the same. I don't know how that all works.
So, Sean, how you getting acclimated up there in Wisconsin?
I'm good. Actually, I got to tell you. First of all, there's no snow. There was a little bit, we had some inches a couple of weeks ago. It all melted off. I was in Chicago yesterday for the Bears game. I'm going to tell you guys a real quick story. I'll make this really quick and then get back to the roundtable. I bought some tickets online because in Lambeau, when you're in the indoor seats, when you buy indoor club seats, you're indoors. Okay.
Wow.
So all of us, listen, there's no better way to go. So I bought the indoor club seats for the Bears game. And I go there and I tell everybody, listen, don't dress too warm. All we got to do is walk from the parking lot to the stadium. We'll be all good. Right. Well, I get there and I'm going, well, this is weird. It looks like it's outside. So I go up to the little gate guy and I said, hey, question. Where are these seats at? He goes, well, the only thing indoors is the concession area. Your seats are outside. Guys, it was 45-mile-an-hour winds off the water. It was a little chilly yesterday.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was cold. So indoor club seats at Soldier Field is not the same as indoor club seats at Lambeau Field. Note to self, by the way.
Tully, do you think Mike Weldon can get into the hair thing?
I think he could. He'd look good at that, Hair King. Maybe get a crazy hat or something like that.
Available on Amazon. I can prove it, by the way.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes. Tell me, Michael is up to all kinds of tricks, because I remember how he introduced you on that Cox Automotive panel, how he set you up pretty good.
Oh, he set me up. He set me up to yell at him. I'm telling you, that was so funny. I just want to say, Ted, 100 episodes. You know what makes it popular? It makes it popular because you are bringing the limelight to Fix, my good friend. And Fix is coming out of the limelight. We are here to stay. Remember what Fix does? Drives repeat and referral business, my good friend.
Yes, it does.
Hey, a great friend of the roundtable is in tonight in the chat. If you don't already know, it's Jamie Davis from Repair Pal. Jamie, that is something great to celebrate. Thank you, and Art and Kathleen and Ryan for all that you folks do. And I think, Jamie, next week on Monday, we're going to have Kathleen with us from Repair Pal. So we're looking forward to that, to a great segment on Monday night. And Tully, you're right. Fixed is strong, and it's coming out really, really big. Ed Roberts, you got the beautiful setup there. You got the fireplace going. You got the Christmas tree. Obviously, Natasha's had a hand in this as well. Ed, why the focus right now on Fixed? Why is it so intense? What do you think?
I think it's because there's a lot of change going on in our industry right now with EVs coming in, and the fear of what it's going to do to our industry, and the fear of different manufacturers going direct. There's just so many things. And that's one thing that we do control, and we've left it alone for so long. So it's great to see that the focus is coming back to Fixed, because ultimately that's what's going to drive people back into our showrooms, and allows us the opportunity to do so much more with that.
You were in Phoenix or Scottsdale last week. I saw you online. Any discussion about service and parts and body shop in the presentations that you saw and were involved with there?
So it's funny that you asked that question, because normally when you go to these events, it's all about sales. It's how do we meet customers at their level, do this and do that. And it's all about retail. And this time, probably, I won't quite give it a third, but at least 25% of the ones that went up and talked about some type of element that ties to Fixed Ops. And even the words, and I'm not sure where I heard this at before, but these words was used quite a few times there, that we are in the repeat and referral business.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Don't know where those words come from.
I don't know.
I was repeated it several times there. So, but yeah, it was a great event. Cliff does a good job putting that thing on, and had a lot of good people there. And another thing about that show was it was very positive. It wasn't doom and gloom about our world's coming to an end. So it was a great meeting to be at.
Kara, I don't know if you know Cindy Reynolds. Ed, I don't know if you know her as well. Cindy is very influential in our business. And congratulations. Thank you, Cindy. All of us. And the new rock band, Kara, will they begin playing the intro soon? Kara, I think that might have some potential.
We can only hope.
As long as I don't have to sing. No singing. Singing would be bad, I can tell you. You don't want singing.
Come on.
We could do the lip syncing, right?
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it.
I'm game for the lip syncing.
I'm in.
All right, Cindy, there you go, right? So you're in. Jeremy, good evening. Thank you so much. A lot going on. And Jerry, you're right. Kara is never quiet. She's a huge contributor. She's working really hard behind the scenes on all the stuff that you're going to see the next couple of weeks leading up to the this Wild West. And Kara, so you're sporting the cowboy hat. Oh, by the way, let me show some of the promos. I know Sean had a chance to put some of these out late last week, but Sean, if it's okay, I'll show these as well. We have wanted posters for our speaker promos. The great Tully Williams here. It's all about the hours. Sir Ed Roberts is wanted as well. And Sean, I think we're going to get yours mocked up with another headshot as well. That's already in the works. So
thank you. Thank you very much.
So two of those are in the post office around here as well. These guys, so.
You wonder why I moved to Wisconsin. Yeah, anyway. Hi, Nico.
But the headshots are not quite as good, Ed.
Yes.
No.
We got
they have a little tag hanging off of them there.
So, all right. So November's behind us now. We're into December. Ed and Tully, what are you seeing that's happening out there that we should be aware of? In terms of service and parts and fixed ops going into the next couple weeks to close out this year.
Well, it's a strong, you figure out the last half of December is all about sales. It's the strongest sales week of the year. And I think that as fixed ops guys, we need to make sure that we stay on top of it, right? And drive that business. So I think that for us in fixed, the glory or the spotlight is not on us the last part of this week, but we need to make sure that it is on us as fixed ops managers and close this year out strong. Everybody should have double-digit growth last year. And when we move into 2023, it's going to be exciting because, the car business is changing a little. There's a lot of bad news out there, which I don't like to believe in. But here we go. Next year could be a huge fixed year. The economy fluctuates a little bit. What happens? Fix comes in for the kill and takes care of the dealership, making those customers happy and coming back. That is the key for next year.
Ed, how do you feel about that?
Well, like Tully says, it's a strong last couple of weeks of the year, but ultimately I've been preaching at our store that's starting about a little over a week ago, that these are the best 5 weeks in front of us because we always close the month out strong. And then December in any kind of full line automaker is huge because you get all the businesses wanting to make sure they get their write-offs and whatever else. And it's a huge opportunity for us to close out big. And when sales has a big close, that's our opportunity to have a big close as well. And then let's talk about what you want to do next year. A lot of times we talk about what we're going to do in 23. Well, newsflash, you don't have to wait till 23 gets here. Let's get started now. If you got something that's on the agenda, let's get rolling with it so that you can smooth out some of those hiccups as you roll into 23 and make it count.
And I saw that Tony Owens was in our chat on one of our Facebook groups this morning and yesterday. Facebook has enabled now a group chat, and we're trying that out in the After Dark of the Fixed Ops Roundtable group. And I saw that Tony had one of your people from Bozart on there saying how busy Bozart is right now and how it's just like, everything, let's go. This is the next couple of weeks are huge.
It is. And I think that's Alex that was on there. I joined it for a little bit and was getting blown up, so I had to pull myself out for a bit. But yes, every element of our business is booming, and we're blessed to be in that situation. The restaurant's booming, sales is booming on both the Ford side and the Lincoln side. Setting records in November, and setting records in November is bigger than what it sounds, simply because we had a hurricane come through, we had a holiday, so we had all those expense days with not as many gross days, and to still set records, that's huge. And we're just carrying that momentum off into December.
That's strong.
And Ed, if I may, and I want to acknowledge Sticks Brown in the chat as well. Good evening, Sticks. And Sticks, I finally got that other piece of mail. It looks like it came in this morning as well. But Ed, I saw that you had a post on here recently on social media with some photos from your mobile unit, or mobile units, I should say. It's really the talk of the town. And if it's okay, I'd like to show some of these, because you had some great new photos of your team out there working out on the trucks, and this amazing lineup. Carol, look at all these mobile service units. I believe Ed told me there are 8. One is branded Lincoln, and I think, 3 more on the way, Ed?
Those 3 has arrived, so we're going to get those on the road here in the coming weeks. But yes, we'll be at 11 here going into 23. But this was a couple days after the hurricane rolled through, where we send these guys out to really help ones that got stuck in their homes and whatever else. And they all come rolling back in that Friday afternoon, all at about the same time. And I said, this is a great opportunity for a photo shoot. And then I couldn't get my drone off the ground to make it better, so we did the best we could with what we got here.
I just spoke in Detroit with the Michigan Auto Dealers Association and Sean Kingery. One of the things that they wanted to hear a whole lot about, Sean, was mobile service. Mike Vogel, good evening, and Michael Barrich as well. But Sean, mobile is really the talk.
It really is. It's funny. I was at a job fair last Wednesday up here in downtown Madison, and 2 of the dealers are big into mobile, and 3 of the dealers up here weren't. And the whole conversation didn't turn to job fair. It all talked about mobile, what did, it didn't work. And Ed, as you know, I used your name 100 times. I said, I got a buddy. And let me tell you, I've learned from him. Because if you talk to the guys who were there, the ones who are failing at it, or the ones that did fail at it, was because they were doing oil changes mobile. I says, my buddy Ed says, don't change oil. They said, yeah, because we changed oil in a Cadillac driveway, believe it or not. And it cost him a driveway, which cost him any chance for gross profit for the next 2 months, because you can't clean it up. Do the recalls. And I know Ed's got a lot of great business model going on. How about a meeting place? We talked about that, setting up a meeting place in a parking lot for a restaurant, and they come to you. You don't have to go to them. They're still coming to you. And while they're in the restaurant, they come out and everything is done. So it was a huge conversation last Wednesday, actually.
While I see both Robert Sebastian and Mike Vogel in the chat, who are going to be part of a panel next week on customer retention, Mike and Robert, you might want to think about incorporating some mobile on that, because that really is, Kara, I know you're hearing it as well. It's in all the conversations. The session I did last week, Kara, up in for Michigan, they wanted not so much just to hear about Ed Roberts and Mark Mickens, but they wanted to hear, Ed, they wanted to hear about Robert Stage and that one-person operation and the kind of business that they're getting that dealers are not getting. And I thought that was interesting, Ed, that they wanted to hear a whole lot about that.
Well, a lot of dealers say they can't do it. They can't make it. They can't put a pencil to it, make it make sense. Well, with those dealers saying that, it really creates a platform for Robert Stage to go out there and clean up what they're not picking up. And he's making it work, and he's a one-man operation. He's making it pencil and making a living along the way. So it can certainly be done. It's all right here. We got to get their mind right to make it happen.
Right.
Yeah. Like so many things in life as well. Tully, what are your thoughts on this mobile revolution, which really Ed Roberts, has helped, put into place? Without Ed, it wouldn't be anywhere near what it is today.
Mobile is a big deal. I think, especially if you're in the domestic world. I mean, if you're in the fleet business, if you're not in the mobile business, you're not going to be in the fleet business. As we're in the luxury brands, it's a little bit more challenging for us. So we've kind of taken it slow in that mobile. We do mobile pickups. We do a lot of those things, kind of like the restaurant deal with Ed. We try to get people happy that need to stay, but a lot of times it's a second car for us, a person's second car or something of that nature, but they talk about it. So when the time is right, mobile is there. The biggest issues that we see on our side is these massive downloads that we have to do for some of these cars. And that's a challenge because, the entertainment systems and some of these systems are probably not the best. God bless America, by the way, on that. And the issue is going to be is that, it takes a little bit to do. So I think that having a plan, talk about it with your customers, find out what's right for the customer, and then attack is what I think is the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so many great chats coming in. I see Rebecca Chernick, Robert Miggs. These are three that we all look to emulate. I had somebody contact me today, Tully, who has he might even be on here tonight, who has a pretty well-known podcast on fixed ops, and say, look, I'm coming to you because I know, fixed ops roundtable is where it's at. What do you think about this, or what do you think about that? And there's so much that's happening, Tully, in that fixed ops world. And Tully, I think five of us here have a great vantage point because we get to see a lot of things before other people are even aware of them.
With boots on the ground, especially when you look at a large dealership that we all three have, we see a lot of exposure. Also, if you have a great culture in your store, people tell you what's happening. Sometimes we're locked in an office somewhere and we don't know what the hell's going on. Your employees have to know that they can come and say, hey, bro, this ain't working, or wow, that's working great. Having that communication, having your team set up for that communication is a must to adapt. And I'm telling you, this is a must. So is your teams available to you? Are you talking to your teams on a daily basis? Are you communicating? This is the key issue.
Yep. Sean Kingery, what are your thoughts? I see Jeff Daniels in the chat as well. He's up in the cold weather also.
He is. Hey, there's nothing wrong with our football team, by the way. There's still a chance. Well, let me steal the thunder for 30 seconds, if you don't mind, because I think, first of all, Ted, I'm honored that you invited myself, and I'm going to speak for Ed, and I'm going to speak for Tully. It's an honor to be here on the 100th episode. I'm going to tell you what. And Ted, what you and Kara have created here, first of all, the other two gentlemen on the screen who become true personal friends of mine, as you know that, Ted, as well as you. Listen, this doesn't exist without you. This doesn't exist with what you're doing right here and with the roundtables. And you understand my challenges that I have ahead of me with the group that I'm in, and with Traver and everybody else that we have in place that we're signing current contracts, by the way, that we're going to launch officially next week. None of that happens unless this is right here, guys. I mean, I don't get to know Ed. I don't get to model my mobile service after Ed. I don't get to meet Tully, who I talk to frequently. And obviously, Ted, you and I speak more on the weekends, I think, than the week now. But listen, congratulations, by the way, on the 100th episode. And thank you for all you do for Fixed Ops. Mm-hmm. That's from my heart. And for those that don't know, I'm not in Wisconsin if it's not for you, Ted. And everybody needs to know that. They found me through the Fixed Ops roundtables. And again, everybody knows that. Listen, I was flying everywhere and I was talking to everybody. Ed knows that. Ed was coaching me at the airports like 3 or 4 times. And none of this happens if it wasn't for the Fixed Ops roundtable. So from my heart to yours, thank you, Ted. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but they're going to think that I'm somehow involved with cold weather, Sean. That may not be a great stigma.
You get an A. I'll tell you that. You're doing very well.
What is the temperature outside right now, Ted?
Say it again, Ed.
What is the temperature outside right now where you're at? I think you might be bringing the cold weather to all of us.
Yeah, it is. It is cold, and I think it's cold most spots in the country, some more than others. But Jeff Daniel, thank you for all you do. Your name has come up a whole lot up in Michigan. We talked about your techs, a couple of the panels that you did. I let him see some of the footage of that as well. And of course, Jeff, the great work that you're doing at Subaru as well has come up. So, congratulations to you on all that you do, Jeff, to advance the industry and move it forward. Go ahead.
I got to give Jeff a little credit there. Jeff is talking about football teams, and this is the 100th episode, and I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm honored to be on here with all you guys, and thank you for the invite. But Jeff's football team almost put 100 points on our football team. So I think that's where he's chiming in tonight.
Oh,
the Lions.
I didn't realize all that.
The Lions put 40 points on us yesterday. That's almost like 100 points. So
yeah,
might as well been.
Thank you for all that. Wow. So, great culture is the key. Culture conversation is huge, everybody. A lot of this coming up on the next Fixed Ops Roundtable. Kara, what else do we have looking forward to at this next event? Because I know you got a lot of. Kara has assumed a lot of responsibility. If you haven't noticed over the last 6 months to a year, we took this show and took it at night, and now we do 2, as well. And she's working on all these things behind the scenes, and a lot of new updates that she gave me today as well, and things she's working on.
Yeah, you'll never know what outfit I'm going to be in for these roundtables, but I also think that's what makes it so fun and appealing to so many people in our industry is because why not dress up? Why not have some fun and all get together online and where we can reach the most amount of people? And just being able to dress up and have a theme, I think, kind of differentiates it from other events. And it does light up the fixed ops industry. And I know I have fun doing it. And I can't wait to put out all the Wild West stuff because y'all know that's close to my heart because I'm a country girl. And so it's going to be fun. So there's some things up my sleeve that I won't reveal yet because I haven't got it in, but it's ordered. So that's all I'll say.
All right. And Mark Mickens, we got to get you involved even a little bit more with the event because I know you're in the equestrian side of the business as well. Sarah Van Tyne gave me a couple updates as well today, Kara. So she's working on some special things for this event also.
Wow.
That's the only thing I'm missing is a horse.
Oh,
You know, my birthday's coming up to.
I knew that was coming. I could feel it. I heard that train on the tracks a mile away. Ted.
I don't know where I would put it. Maybe in the dealership. I don't know.
So Kara, not for Christmas, for the birthday now. Okay. I see. All right.
Okay, I mean,
Birthday now.
or words. It's fine with me. I'd ride it to work.
I got to get with Eric and see if there's any spot down there in Madisonville. So
It'd be very fitting. Out in a rural community, I would fit right in.
Becky, what do you think about all this, right? I know you and I have been chatting about this quite a bit. So a lot coming up, everybody, on the event. And Ed, any more thoughts on fixed ops and what we should be aware of? Again, you coming back from that conference recently, and I know you're involved in a lot of discussions throughout the industry.
Well, we got to keep in front of us, and it's hot, then it's cold, then it's hot. We got to keep in front of us that our industry is evolving to bring in EV, and we have to prepare ourselves to be able to service EVs because it is a different service model, and there's not going to be scheduled times that it comes in. And we need to make sure that we have our customers coming in before there's wires hanging out of their tires. We know they're going to wear tires faster. So let's create platforms to create annual services for them to where we're coming in and we're keeping their vehicles safe. But we got to do that proactively rather than reactively. And let's keep that in front of us. That's an opportunity for all of us in 2023.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. Sean, any thoughts? And then I'll come to Tully to close it out.
No, I'll tell you, and that's the group that I'm with has definitely been, they've been here 97 or 98 years now, and very variable driven. And it tells you where the culture is changing is that they went out, and it's not about me. It could have been Ted. It could have been Ed. It could have been Sean Butler. It could have been any of us. But everybody's focus is now 100% shifting to fix because they understand. And as we talked a little bit before we went on air, the used car market is coming back to reality really, really quick. And you go by Toyota lots, for example, there still are no vehicles on the lot. And, fixed is definitely 2023. And I know Nico's made a few comments on there, and Nick. 2023, it's customer satisfaction and fixed operations. And I truly believe that's what's going to happen in 2023.
Well, and Sir Tully.
I think 2023 is going to be great for fixed. EV to me is a great deal. You look at it in California, we're selling about 20% of our cars are EVs today. The challenge with EVs is that it's great that the manufacturers, when they first come out with their EVs, there's a lot of problems. God bless America for us. And, and I see that as they refine that, and Ed's spot on, how do we get those people to come in at least once a year, right? And that is a must. So my things for 2023, I want to sell 75% red tires. I want to be 130% of my forecast every month, day in and day out. I didn't talk about dollars. Dollars are a byproduct. Talk about what we can do to make a difference at your store. Think about what we can do for 2023. As Ed said, start today, start in December, and work into 2023. Again, Ted, thank you for helping us in fixed. You have made a tremendous amount of difference, and God bless you, man.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm not sure all that is deserved, but again, it doesn't happen without everybody who's on the screen here tonight and watching as well. Thank you all. Kara, give us the dates again on that show in January.
Yes, it's coming up quick. So it's going to be January 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th. So 4 full days of the virtual Fixed Ops Roundtable, the Wild Wild West. And you can get your now at fixedopsroundtable.com.
I cannot believe it. And this Wednesday, Ed, we're going to have another show here on After Dark. And Ed, last summer, you and Tony Owens were on the show with a young gentleman named David from Australia. don't know if you remember that. So David is going to be back on the show
Yes.
on Wednesday,
Yes.
and we are going to have. I got mine here, Kara. We are going to have on Wednesday evening an Australian sampling of different foods. Okay,
Oh, wow.
that David has provided to Kara and myself, and we're going to be trying these live on the air, Kara. I'm not sure how all that's going to go down, but it will be interesting.
I don't know. I mean, y'all might witness me throw up for the first time on the After Dark show, but it's fine.
The Aussies are the greatest people on the planet. When I was down there in their NADA speaking, I mean, they are the nicest people ever, right? It's all about let's have a beer in the afternoon and have a great time. They love coffee. You know, it's a great place. They're great people.
Yeah, I agree so much. And Tony Owens, if you can join us on Wednesday, we'd love to have you as well, you know, as part of that with David on here. So I think you were a big part and very instrumental in that. So with that, everybody, and
He's going to
Scott
bring
Gregg.
the hat, though.
Yes, he has to bring that. I love it.
There's a lot of cowboys in Australia. I've been there. Of course, I found them.
And Ed, you're always welcome in that as well. So with that, everybody,
I think I might have an Australian hat. So.
All right, good. Well, thank you all tonight for being here, and gentlemen, thank you for the wigs tonight and showing us that to get things kicked off. So that was pretty amazing.
Yep.
Yes,
It was a lot of fun.
yes. They're pretty. They're very warm, by the way. I'll tell you that. They were hot in a hurry.
Now y'all know what it feels like to have hair.
I don't know. I can tell you 2 people on the screen have no clue, by the way. Yeah, here's what it is.
That's for sure. Yes. Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tonight and always
Thanks.
bringing the laughs, the knowledge, everything to the roundtable and into our industry. We greatly appreciate it. And Ted, congratulations on the 100th episode. That's so impressive. And thank you for all of you guys are doing for our industry. I'm so blessed to be a part of it every single week. And we will see you guys this coming Wednesday for our Australian show at 8 p.m. So thanks for watching tonight.